Hi everybody, welcome to the General Anatomy class. My name is Christoph Mühlinghaus, people call me Dr. M. I'll be teaching the lecture portion of this class, which is the online portion. Carl Estrella is doing the lab portion. So you're going to see me mostly in the videos and you're going to see Mr. Estrella mostly in the classroom Tuesday and Thursday afternoons. Make sure you check your sections so you show up at the right time and in the right place. Especially the first. You'll explain how the lab works during the first section, so make sure you show up then. I will now briefly explain to you how the lecture portion works in here. We have a 50-50 class, so basically from a grading and all that perspective, the class is 50-50 his part and 50-50 my part. So let me show you here briefly. Let me make me small and make the screen big over here and share with you a little bit. So when you first get into Canvas, the first thing you're going to see is this home page. And on the home page, let me make sure I don't forget anything. On the home page, you got, of course, a picture of me, and then you got a phone number here. That's a text number. So this is an easy way to reach out to me and get in touch with me if you have to. Or if you want to. I'm trying to be here for you. You guys should have a link to me at all times. If I don't want to text or read the text, I put the phone away. So don't feel shy reaching out. We also use Pronto in this course or at Merced, which is also great. So that's probably our primary place where we're going to text with each other is through Pronto. But I am available on the regular text too in case you need me. Then down here, there's multiple links. This one goes right to the course material that we're going to check on in a little bit. Then this link here goes to the syllabus, and the syllabus is in one of the modules that we'll go to in a minute in the course material, but it has all these tabs here. So make sure you read through this or look through it. We have an activity associated with it in the beginning. The first parts are the most important ones. Then the later parts are sort of more, the policy type stuff and disabilities. If you need help or get some help from different, like a computer or with internet and stuff like that. So that's good with that. So then we go back to the home and we have more links in here. This video is going to be the next video. See the doggy? That's my doggy. That's Austin. He's always with me. So he's you'll see a lot of him probably. Then we have an introduction Zoom session here link. Every Zoom session on Monday morning from 10 to 11 I do a preview of the week on Zoom. So it's a live session where you can check in. It's great to be part of. You can also ask questions. But I also record it for later viewing. So I make it available for you guys afterwards. And that's where I put it in that link there. That's the first one. So that's for people who might sign on a little later. Then they can go right to it. Every week there is going to be one of those. And then we have a link to study tools. And, there's anatomy is its own way of studying, so I have a few tips behind it on how to study that material. Just kind of what works for me. Not everybody works the same way, obviously, so that can be very individual as well. And then I created a Zoom link that's always there, like a study group link, so everybody can just go sign on to there and we can virtually meet. I think at this point also Merced has individual student accounts that you guys get. So this might be superfluous or not necessary anymore, but at least it's there for now in case you virtually want to do some study sessions or so. That's for you guys. Well, then let's go right into the course material. And when I look at the weeks, well, first of all, the first sections here are some student support. That's from the school, how to get help with Canvas, etc. So just make sure you look through that if Canvas gets you some trouble. Then I have this learning tool in here. I have one tab in here that talks about the study, so that's in here. And then we got an orientation module. And in the orientation module, we sort of meet us, the teachers, Oh, this might come out. But then we talk about how to best connect with us and how we connect with you, etc. Then also the syllabus is in there. There is also a lab schedule in here, although some of that is in the syllabus as well. And so just this, or even how to make a video with Studio. So there's some tutorial here to help with that. So that kind of stuff is in the orientation module. And then we have the weeks. We publish 1 week at a time. So week one is published here. And each week, the first week is a little bit different because we have a lot of house cleaning type stuff. So don't be shocked by the amount of assignments that looks like, but it's like, it's like you read the syllabus, and we have a contract of how we talk to each other, and especially if it's on Zoom, we got to make sure we talk about that, or personal profile. Or I do want you to spend a little bit of time thinking about when you're going to study the stuff. So some of this looks like it's a lot, but it's just formalized some of the things that are kind of house cleaning things in the beginning of the semester. But then each week starts with an introduction section. And in the introduction section, we have the Zoom laid behind that we preview the week. So I put that behind there on. So you can just go in there, click if you need to review it. And then we have a list of all the assignments that we do each week and all the objectives, what we want to cover and what we want to catch. So that's kind of an overview for you guys to just get a glimpse of what we're doing this week. But then the way things are organized is always kind of the same way. So we have a section that we learn, and in the learning section, there's a tab. The first has two because we also have to learn how to talk to each other online. Well, just make sure everybody's on the same page, really. But then here in the video, we have the material presented in the learn section, and it's presented in video format. It's in a video format where I talk into the computer. That's a voiceover recording, and then it's also in a recording where I'm in the classroom talking to the class. The minutes here show you how long they are. The screen, the voiceovers are shorter, but there's more of them. In class, I just put everything in one class. I also link it to YouTube in case you want to listen to it offline. Although Canvas has a fantastic app, mobile app that I want you to make sure you utilize as well, especially when it comes to making videos or audios or so, because you can easily just upload material there. So when it's a discussion, you don't always have to type it up and do that. It's not great for everybody. And I want to encourage you to be using the way of studying the way it sort of helps you and fits your way of doing things as well. So take a look at the mobile app. It's a very good app. And then each lecture, each learning section has the material again described in bullet point formats, which is great to start with flashcards, for example. And I do it like in tabs, so it's not too overwhelming with the information, all that comes. There's also pictures. Obviously, anatomy is a great way of learning is with pictures. We do have an activity where we go through, Google and getting some pictures down on page. It's just to get into that process as well, because I think we have a lot of great tools to our fingertips these days. And then once we learn, we then apply, and we want to apply the material that we learned. We do that first with what we always have. Every lecture has questions behind it. See, the first one is a little bit vast. So the questions right here. So every lecture will have a questions laid behind it. Let me leave the student view because that way I can show you that. You can't see the questions yet. It's too early. On Monday morning, I come up. All right, so there's the questions. So these are quiz format kind of questions, but you can take them over and over again. So I explained the material in a different format again. I explained it in multiple formats. And here, for example, anatomy is the study of naming, blah, blah, blah. And then what is this? So you go through the material again where I describe something and then there's a question laid behind it. You could take these multiple times. So this is busy work. This is like 10% of your grade doing those. So some of the stuff is pure, it's busy work. Not to mean it's not necessary, not useful. It's more like massaging material into your brain kind of work. That's how I'm a massage person. I also made videos explaining the questions. So in case you get stuck or something, you can also go and look through the video and get information from there. So that's also potentially helpful. Then we have some discussions in the beginning of the section. The semester, we have a few concept discussions where I ask you some things that I want you to really understand, like homeostasis or things like that. And then later on, they ease off after the first few as we get into the muscles and the bones. We also do have tests. We have 3 lecture tests. And those are similar to the questions. You just can't take those over and over, but the format is similar. And I'll have really clear study guides and so forth, so you should be okay with that. So don't get too worried in case you have worries about tests. I have test anxiety, so or I used to have at least. So I'm very familiar and also very understanding of it. So reach out if you need to talk about those things. And then there is a couple more types of assignments. Well, mainly actually the health kits. And what I try to do with the health kits, I like to make the material relevant to you, a more real life based of a thing. For example, in the second section, which I can actually point out here, we have a thing where we go and do chemistry. And so we actually go into the store or into the cabinet and look at food labels and make a table and break down what's in that food. And so that we learn biochemistry, sort of our chemistry of life in that a little bit. And it makes it applicable because, you are what you eat, right? So it's good to sometimes check out what kind of stuff we're putting in that body. And so we want to, make it so it's not just a dry anatomy, but it's something you can take with you, a few things. Anyway, so that's kind of it, the thing I think. Monday morning is a Zoom. So if you can join, that would be fantastic if you could be part of that. And I do always record them. So if you can't, don't feel too bad about it. And with that, I think we can call it a day. And welcome to this semester. I'm really excited about having you all. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.